One retired flight attendant is on a mission to make sure the lives of his friends and colleagues on United Flight 175 will never be forgotten. Crew and passengers on that plane forced the hijackers to crash in a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, rather than let it hit its target in Washington, D.C. Paulie Veneto began a journey from Newark Liberty International Airport to the Flight 93 National Memorial in Pennsylvania. 30 days and 300 miles, all while pushing a cart often used by flight attendants to deliver snacks and drinks to passengers. He joins us now live. Paulie, I have to ask you all about Paulie's push. I want to thank you for being here, but I do want to begin with what you remember about 9/11 and where you were that morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Yes, I was in front of a friend's house. I came in the night before off of Flight 175, and I landed in Boston at 8 o'clock at night. So the next morning, I was in front of a friend's house helping him build a cement wall when the first plane hit. So as we all know, when those buildings came down, I was just out of shock watching that scene like the rest of the world watched it. But the difference was I knew at that moment that the enormity of that scene, people were going to forget about what happened at the beginning of that day, which were these crew members were the first responders trying to protect the people on the plane. And as we know, us on the ground too. So that's why I do what I do, really, to make sure they're not, so they're recognized for their heroics on those airplanes that morning. So
you were determined to do something about that, and what you're talking about is your Paulie's push, where you've walked over 280 miles pushing a cart. What are you hoping to show Americans by doing this, Paulie?
Well, the only reason I do it is I need the public, really. So the families are comforted by us in this country. We're supposed to recognize heroes and heroic actions by people, and these are just regular citizens that went up against trained terrorism. So the reason I do this is to draw as much attention to the fact of what these people were able to accomplish. And I think this is the third push for me, and I think it's finally setting in that what these guys did, especially as we know what happened here on 93, is just amazing what these people were able to accomplish, with what they had in front of them. So for me to push the cart is really no big deal on the street because I have plenty of options down here. Those people on those airplanes didn't have any options, but they just kept going until the final end. And so, these guys are American heroes, and that's what we're supposed to do, comfort the families that they left behind. And so hopefully what I'm doing brings a light to the whole world about what real, true heroic actions look like. And that's what these people did. They fought those terrorists without any training. And we know that from the phone calls that were made. And obviously what happened here out in Shanksville, it's just totally amazing to me. So I'm just grateful I'm able to bring it to light and make sure that some comfort goes to these people that are left behind, their family members, and it's pretty special.
Heroic actions, are those actions done by normal people, everyday people that go above and beyond? Paulie, I saw a video of you standing there with men and women from different fire departments. I want to thank you on behalf of everyone here at NewsNation for continuing to recognize and remember those who were lost on that plane. Paulie Veneto, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.